Hello everyone, welcome to part 5 of dictionaries. So now in this part on this video what we'll be doing is we'll be learning about items method and how what items method does and several other methods which we have uh, for example one of them is pop method which we have done in list as well. Now we'll see that how this pop method is different in list and how it is different in dictionaries. So let's get started with the video right away. So I have taken the same drilling data dictionary which I have used in previous 1 2 videos. What I'll do is now I want to tell you what a item method is. So just write the name of your dictionary drilling data, input items, that is items and underscore parenthesis. When you print this, when you execute this cell, it gives you, okay, again a spelling mistake, items. When you execute the cell, it gives you this kind of a data type. What is given here is that what is this written is basically a list. It is a list type. In this list there are several tuples like that, right? And this tuple, this one tuple consists of a key and its corresponding value. So each tuple is containing a pair which contains a key and its corresponding value. You can see this list is starting from here, and inside that it is a tuple number 1. So this tuple number 1, what this tuple number 1 is given, this is the key of tuple, key first of this dictionary and the value first of this dictionary, then the key 2 and the second value, and so on and so on. So this is what items do. Now why items, I'm telling you this method is that we can access both keys and values at once using this items method. For example, now if I, let's say if I go for looping for I in drilling data dot items. Now this time I'm trying my loop in items. In previous videos we were just looping over drilling data, that is name of our dictionary, that gives us the only keys. In the previous video we have seen looping in drilling data dot values, which was giving me looping in the values of the keys. And now let's see in this case, if we loop over drilling data dot items, what happens. So if I, let's say for I in this and print, I'll print I, let's say what we get. We definitely get this thing because this whole tuple is now a single element, right? So one more thing I want to make you notice of that, this is not a list, this is a new type again, that is a dict items type. So if I just check here, type of drilling data dot items, it comes as a dict items. Sorry, it is not coming. Okay, I have forgot to foreign parenthesis. So it comes as a dict items, it is not a list. As the similarly dict values, dict underscore values was a different data type, that was not a list. So now this is what is happening is, first when I is looping over drilling data data item, first the first element in encounter is this tuple, and this tuple is this one, the first key and the first value. Then it goes over, then I becomes this whole tuple. This whole tuple is now KOP and 1000. Now this is giving me a pair, a tuple which contains a pair of a key and a value. But if I want to separately a loop over them, if I want separate values of a key and what we say value, what we can do is for I comma, we can also go for 2 times looping, means for I j in drilling data, what I want is print. Now let's go for string formatting. What I want is, let's say the key is, because the key is this and its value is, that is j. What will happen is, now in all the tuples, see the first element is a key, this key, this is key, this is also key. So that is why this I will go, I will be representation of this key values, and hence in the second element is what is there, PDC, that is value. So J is the representation of values because it is coming after the I or after the key. So if I go for here, if I go and execute this cell, you can see the key is drill bit and its value is PDC. Great. The key is KOP and its value is 1000. And similarly, each key is providing its values. I can change it to, I can just also simply write, I just wrote the statement just for make you understand what is happening. I can also simply write it in this manner. You can do anything with this I and J. You can do whatever sentence you want to make, you can go for it. Just use the string formatting correctly. So this is how we can access both keys and values at once using the items method, dot items method. Now let us see the pop method in dictionary. Let me print my dictionary once again. So this is my dictionary. Now if what pop method does was, in dictionaries, how we can use the pop method is that you just write your dictionary name, drilling data dot pop, and here you write the name of key which you want to remove. So let's say I want to remove the formations key, formations. So it is correspondingly giving me that it will remove this key and this value. Now if I print my dictionary, okay, it's small d. See, the formation key and its corresponding value has been removed. But what happen if I say, if I go for this again, now my updated dictionary is this because it has removed that formations. Now in this case, let's say I am emptying this parenthesis, there is nothing inside pop, and if I execute this cell, it will give me an error. So whenever you try to use pop method inside a dictionary, you have to give the value of key, right? You have to give the value of key which you want to remove. This was not the case of list, right? In the case of list, if we just simply write dot pop and we don't input any value inside this parenthesis, it will automatically, it was removing the last element. This is not happening in the dictionaries. You have to give at least a single key. Great. So this is the difference between a pop method in list and a pop method in dictionaries here. Now let's say we want to update our dictionary. Update a dictionary means I have a new dictionary. I want to merge this dictionary into existing dictionary using update method. So see, let's see how we can do that. Now let's update our dictionary. I have some more drilling data in form of a dictionary which contains field name and state name. Great. Now let's say my new dictionary is more drilling data. More drilling data. It consists of dictionary. Its key values are let's say field name. Its field is Rageshwari, and my state is, my state is Rajasthan. Great. So this is my new dictionary, but I have, okay, state Rajasthan. What is problem here? Okay, I forgot to input a comma here. That is why it is showing me a syntax error. Now I have this dictionary and my existing dictionary is, now I want to add this more drill data inside this dictionary of drilling data. Simply I can use a very simple syntax is present there. You just write your name of existing dictionary which you want to update, and you use dot update method, dot update, and just input the name of your another dictionary. You can input a dictionary here as well, or you can input your variable which contains a dictionary. So here I have a variable which contains my dictionary is more drill data. I have updated, and now if I go to print my drilling data, you can see that the key and value pair has been added. The first one is field Rageshwari and the second is state Rajasthan. So this is how you can update your dictionary using a update method. Now let us, what we do is, now this is my new drilling data dictionary. What I want to do is I'm updating it with the empty dictionary, drilling data dot update, and in this I can input a dictionary or a variable which contains dictionary. So I just input here dictionary, which is empty. And now if I print my drilling data, you can see nothing has been changed. Obviously nothing will change, because what I'm doing, I'm trying to add the empty dictionary to my dictionary. So empty dictionary will, it means we are trying to add null, we are trying to add nothing in our dictionary, so the dictionary remains as it is, as it was before. So this is all about this video, guys, and yes, I'll see you in next videos. Thank you so much for joining.